So we're here. We got a Nat from Bison Australia. We got some footage here. This is on the big screen. I also filmed it, but my phone is clicking up. And we're here. Look at the riders looking back. This is where these guys need to get serious. Look, when you look back and you're doing 450 watts, it really fucks up your breathing. These guys need mirrors on their bike. A little cat eye mirror, a cat eye BM45, one of those corky mirrors. That's what these people need. And looking back, I mean, people go, oh, don't put a mirror on your bike. Don't put a mirror. Like that. You know what's dumb? You know what's dumb is looking back. Look at Richie Porte. Richie Porte could have won this, man. And Richie Porte has got the best form ever right now. He's flying, but he's robbing his potential of looking back. All these riders keep looking back. Look, go and ride at 500 watts or 800 watts, what these guys are doing. Looking back again. Go and ride at, your max wattage, 1,000 watts, 800 watts, whatever, and then look back. It's so disruptive to your breathing, and it's all about blood volume, the oxygen. All right, so it's all about. So if you're looking back, you're cutting. Look at Richie. Dude. He could have won this race, man. Not just the stage, but he could if he attacked earlier. All right, if he attacked earlier. The dude's flying, man. Look at him. Look at the gap he put in these riders in just such a small space. And he comes across the line. But he was looking back as well. Darren put did a good ride, didn't he? Let's have another look at that. It's just the look backs, man. The look back cannot happen. You have a little mirror on your bike. I'm going to go out there on the record and say I'm the first person. Is mirrors even banned? Why the fuck aren't pros using mirrors? Not only is it safer, hit the wheel in front, but it's tactically a superior advantage of having a mirror on your bars and just fucking looking down, safer. It's better for your breathing. Another thing, did Richie Porte, is this the first stage race that's been lost because of disc brakes? It seemed Richie attacked a bit later than normal. He normally attacked a bit further out, correct me if I'm wrong. But the disc brakes rubbing, rotors rubbing, when you're shagging the bike like that, Richie really sways it really well, Gary Newon style, and he just flexes that bike. Those rotors just rub, they hit the calipers. They're not really, in my opinion, designed for hardcore flexing like that. Looks at it again. So is he losing a few watts there, just scrubbing the rotors off? Maybe he got a flat tire during the stage. Because here's the thing, if you get a flat tire disc brakes, they put a new wheel in there, then you've got to realign the rotor and the caliper. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Now it's rubbing. So now you're rubbing a few 10, 20, 30 watts, I don't know, it depends on the clearance and the tolerances. Ride in a pack with pro riders on disc bikes, or ride a disc brake bike and go full gas, and you hear the ting, ting, ting. So Richie is doing fantastic. He's dropping guys, like I said this the other day, I rode with him. And you saw the power data, not the power data, you saw the GoPro footage, and he's flying up there. So all these other guys on rim brake bikes, Richie's on the disc. Is this the first race to be lost because of disc brakes? In my opinion, potentially, but it's definitely lost because he didn't have a mirror, a $20 mirror, and Richie could have won this race. He wouldn't have had to look back. He could have opened up that lead and attacked earlier. Put him on a rim brake 6.8 kilo emonda, have a mirror on there. Launch him up. He had no teammates, but just launch him up the road. Him and Mike Woods or something could have teamworked it up before the race. So let's fucking hit it, and he could have won. This is what we're dealing with. Cycling is still much room for improvements. A mirror on the bike saves the athlete looking back, losing oxygen to the muscles. Having no disc brakes will give you every watt up their climb. You know what I mean? And even Contador, you'd open up his brake pads before climbs. That's what you can do. Open up your brake pads and just go for it. But with disc brake bikes, when you're pushing that much watts, you're flexing them all over the place. You're getting rotor rub. It's just marketing bullshit that pro cyclists need. Pro cyclists are pro cyclists because they can descend like no one's business. They don't need disc brakes. The reason why bike companies are giving disc brakes to pro teams is because they want to sell us consumers something new. Now, I'm a fan of disc brakes for some people in some applications. It's wet and stuff like that. But pros don't need it. So is this the first race we're seeing that's lost? Who knows? The mirror needs to be done. I said it last year. Does anyone even know? Is it UCI illegal to have a mirror on the bike? I can't believe these people are looking back. It just, I've seen enough. and I don't see any more. Every time I look back, it makes me have an asthma attack. But seriously, it's so hard to breathe if you keep looking back. And it's good to know who's behind you. And it's good to know who's behind, who's coming up. There's definitely an advantage to that. Get a mirror on your bike. You heard it here first, Dune Rider. You heard just like compact cranks and high spinning cadence. This is the first YouTube channel to really pump it up, and power meters for pacing and all that stuff. This is the next one we'll see will be mirrors on Tour de France level GC riders. Every rider, every racer should have a mirror. If you're a proper domestique, how the fuck do you know if your team leader is on your wheel? You're looking back and you crash in front. That ain't good. There we go. Richie Porte won just like I said he would, but he didn't lost the race because the discs or the mirror, that definitely would have helped if he had rim and a mirror. Definitely would have helped.